Ambassador Zexthal's crystalline carapace shimmered with amusement as he reviewed the latest diplomatic files from the primitive world designated as Earth. The Galactic Council had been monitoring these humans for decades, cataloging their quaint attempts at space exploration and their laughably weak biological defenses. They claimed to have apex predators, Zexthal chittered to his aide, a six-limbed Vorthon whose scales rippled with shared mirth. Look at these creatures they've submitted for our review. The holographic display flickered to life, showing Earth's supposed predators. A large feline stalked across the projection, followed by a pack of canines, then a massive ursine creature rearing on its hind legs. Pitiful, sneered Commander Kraft, the Council's military advisor. His three heads nodded in unison, each expressing varying degrees of contempt. Our war beasts from Zirion Prime would consume these soft creatures without effort. The humans vastly overestimate their world's dangers. The Council had seen true predators. The crystal wolves of Andromeda the Seventh could phase through matter. The void serpents of the Helix Nebula consumed starships whole. The psychic stormcats of Epsilon Eridani could tear apart minds with a thought. These Earth animals were nothing more than oversized pets. 3 months later, the first human delegation arrived at the Council station. Captain Sarah Chen stepped off the transport with her security detail, her expression carefully neutral as she faced the assembled alien dignitaries. The humans appeared exactly as expected, soft, pink, bipedal creatures with laughably primitive weapons. "Welcome, Captain Chen," Zexthal's translator rendered his words in perfect English. "We trust your journey was comfortable. We've prepared appropriate accommodations for your limited physiological needs." Sarah's smile was tight. "Thank you, Ambassador. Though I should mention, we've brought a representative from Earth's ecosystem for cultural exchange purposes." The aliens exchanged glances. Cultural exchange with primitive beasts. How quaint. The presentation began in the Council's grand amphitheater. Sarah stood before the assembled representatives of 47 species, each one convinced of their superiority over the newcomers from Earth. "You've reviewed our submission of Earth's predators," Sarah began, her voice carrying clearly through the vast chamber. "Lions, wolves, bears. Impressive by our standards, certainly, but you're right to be skeptical." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the audience. "However," Sarah continued, "we didn't submit our most dangerous predator. We thought it might be misunderstood." A container was wheeled onto the stage. Roughly the size of a human torso, it appeared unremarkable to the assembled aliens. Inside, something moved. "Allow me to introduce the honey badger," Sarah announced. "Mellivora capensis." The creature that emerged was small, barely reaching Sarah's knees. Black and white fur covered a compact body that looked almost comical compared to the mighty war beast the aliens knew. Laughter erupted from the gallery. This was Earth's secret weapon? This tiny, harmless-looking creature? "Observe," Sarah said simply. The honey badger, apparently irritated by the alien scents and sounds, began its demonstration. It attacked the reinforced display case with casual indifference, its claws shredding metal designed to contain much larger predators. When a security drone approached, the badger leaped 3 times its height, disabled the hovering machine, and proceeded to methodically dismantle it. The laughter died. "Honey badgers," Sarah explained, as the creature systematically destroyed everything within reach, have been observed fighting off lions, hyenas, and leopards. They've been known to delay construction projects for months. They break into vehicles, destroy property, and generally don't care about consequences. The honey badger, having finished with the drone, turned its attention to the energy barrier meant to contain it. Within minutes, it had somehow short-circuited the field and was approaching the terrified front row of alien dignitaries. "The remarkable thing about honey badgers," Sarah continued conversationally as panic spread through the amphitheater, "is that they simply don't care. Bee stings, snake venom, overwhelming odds, none of it matters. They've been observed eating cobras while being bitten repeatedly. They dig through concrete. They have no natural predators because nothing wants to deal with them. Security forces surrounded the creature, but it showed no fear. Instead, it evaluated each potential threat with the cold calculation of a creature that had never learned the concept of surrender. Now, Sarah said, her voice cutting through the chaos, imagine an entire species that shares certain traits with the honey badger, a species that doesn't know when to quit, that views impossible odds as merely inconvenient, that considers because it's dangerous to be a challenge rather than a warning. The council chamber fell silent except for the sound of the honey badger casually destroying another security drone. Humanity formally requests consideration for membership in the Galactic Council, Sarah announced. We promise to keep our honey badgers at home. The vote was unanimous.